Hi, Dr. Kate here. I work with women entrepreneurs, supporting them in transforming stress, overwhelm, patterns of overworking into more sustainable, loving, healthy versions of success. So today I want to talk about how self-care means needing to say no sometimes. And self-care has a lot of versions out there in the world. And so we're going to just talk primarily around schedule self-care right now. And schedule self-care means that even though we might have things already scheduled, right? We have all these plans and connections with different people. Hi, Ilana. Doesn't mean that we have to stick to them if we're feeling overwrought, exhausted, overdone, right? There's a balance here, right? There's a balance between being responsible to our schedule and being responsible to ourselves. And so today I want to talk about that ultimately, if we're not responsible to ourselves, there is no schedule, right? So it's sort of, that just sort of takes the cake. Is we've got to focus on our own self-responsibility to our well-being. And part of that means we start learning what that means. How do we know what our self-well-being looks like? And how do we know when we're not attending to it? Well, when you start feeling overwrought and stressed and anxious and worried, it's probably a good indicator that you're getting overdone and you need a break, right? But part of the culture that we live in is to push, keep working, keep showing up for the next appointment, for the next task, and we become the taskmasters, and we are no longer even in our bodies, and we don't even realize we're stressed until suddenly we're very irritable, or we start getting depressed, or we start getting sick, right? So we kind of live in a culture that supports us to put our schedule before us. And then we wonder why we're getting so cranky, right? Or maybe why even our productivity has really gone down because we can't even think straight. So this discernment, I love that word, discernment means that we are paying attention. And we're not just paying attention because now we're sick. We start learning to pay attention all day long, right? We learn to be more present and responsible to listening to ourselves. How are we doing today? Am I feeling, grumpy because I have too many things on my calendar and I need to say no to something? Or am I not getting enough sleep and I'm not getting enough nourishment and I need some more rest? So this place about putting our schedule ahead of our actual well-being really just will not work, right? And Alana's saying, sometimes I just have to put self-care first. I realized this some time ago. I totally agree. But it's not a common thing. Because in the workforce, especially as women entrepreneurs, I think it's very common for us to get wrapped in to that making things happen. And so therefore our self-care slowly becomes like in the far way back of our attention, and it's not even on the list anymore. So that's where we start losing touch with that inherent place inside of us, that center place inside of us that is the connection for why we're doing what we're doing, why we love what we love, why we're being of service in the ways that we want to be of service. If we lose touch with that, then we don't really have much to offer. And so it is so much about being present, and it is on all levels. It's not just mentally am I present and I can focus enough so I can get to the next task? Or is it that I'm very present in my body? Am I in my body awareness that I can sense that I've had enough and I'm going to need to cancel that next appointment because I need a break, and I put me first? So This is the idea behind self-care as an essential, really, when we're going to be successful in our business, right? It's an essential foundation that if we don't take care of us, there's no us to run the business. There's no us to show up and be of service. So the tip of the day on this issue is to keep noticing how to access being more present. It might be that you take space and go walk around at a certain point in the day and really listen into your body. Notice if your breath has gotten short and contracted. Notice if your body's talking to you and maybe, you're having some anxiety, nausea, or maybe you're having some pain because you've been sitting all day. The body's always giving us fabulous information to listen to when we start to know how to listen, how to really listen. And then we get to be more responsible and loving and present for ourselves so that this fabulous drive to run a business is enhancing our life. It's not suddenly running our life and our health is going to hell and our relationships are like on the back burner and, life is just fumbling along because the schedule says do the next task. It's really like step back and decide how you want your schedule to go. How do you want to run your life? Not have it run you. Okay? And the body will always help you if you're not sure, if you're feeling kind of spaced out and overwhelmed from working, then go sit down. Go sit for a minute, breathe, get present, listen, and the body will let you know. So that is my offering today. So good to see you all. Wishing you a fabulous rest of your Wednesday, and we'll touch base soon. Bye.